Hey, welcome. I want to show you how I get insane speed on the guitar using a style known as finger picking, which means I don't use the plectrum that guitar players would usually use. But you know, there is so many things that I could try and explain, but I just want to show you an example and then see for yourself if this is sort of like something you want to pursue yourself. So this is the bass pattern that I've established for this example today. And this is how fast you can actually get once you've mastered to a certain extent the style of finger picking. Yeah, so it's pretty quick. Okay, the thing about finger picking style is once you've really trained each one of your fingers to each string that you've dedicated that finger to, the muscle memory that just becomes automatic allows you just to come up with this sort of speed, and it is really kind of insane speed. And I'm thinking it's really an undiscovered, it's not really a very commonly known practiced style that people engage with, mainly because of the amount of patience it's going to take to even try and work out and be patient enough with yourself to make all the amount of mistakes that you're going to need to make in order to get that muscle memory to establish by itself, which does take years of practice. But once you get there, the speed that you can get. I mean, I know you see world records at the moment set with the pendulum, but I think you will be able to actually get a speed faster than these world records because you're just using one pendulum, it's one pick, and even though you're trembling, there might be players that eventually come up with a style that can tremolo pick with their fingers or the nails or picks that are attached to their fingers or playing. And you think like with just one pendulum, that's one, but you got four like fingers really and one thumb here. So the world record today might be able to become like 4 times quicker with someone who comes up with a technique of tremolo picking with the fingers. Right? I'm not there yet. I've just come up with that idea, and it's something that's floating out there as an idea. But yeah, so I want to go into the theory now. I've demonstrated the speed that you can get. I want to just quickly go over the theory side of this, the actual style that I've played with that example. The thing is, you can come up with any chord, and you can play bar chords and normal chords and any sort of chord, or even like you might even come up with scales that you can play, and that'd be interesting as well. But just to show you what I played there, it was the speed was with the octaves that I've discovered, and you can find with the patterns that you can find on a guitar. You know, the top and the bottom, they are naturally just they're naturally octaves of their own, and you find the second octave on the second fretting on the D string. These octaves, they just sound pleasant to the ear, so you know you can find the E there, the G, and the B and the A are there as well that you can find. You can find others, but this is the pattern I'm just trying to show you that I've found. And so I'm really kind of just doubling on these two while picking in between, hitting these two notes, this B string, and then hitting the second fret on that B, and then coming up to, I think that's the D, yep, back to the C, and then while making that journey between the C, the D and the B, hitting this G and hitting the E between those cycles. So what you come up with is eventually something like this. And the reason it sounds pleasant again is it's just because it's in that octave setting. And the G as well, you can do the G, the A, no, this is the B, yeah. This is the A. Now I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear scraping, and this is something I've not been able to, solve. You can't with, like, because it's a metal string. Unless you have nylon strings on the top as well. It'd be even worse if I had metal strings at the bottom, because you even more scraping between the nail and the plucking of the strings. But that's why I find the less is more, and it's a principle that so many I think more elder people will totally agree with. The more you play guitar, any instrument really, you'll find there's so much more character they can bring by being slower or come up with rhythms and pauses between the music. Just playing something so fast, it kind of actually it doesn't sound as good as playing something with like with rhythm. Rhythm is so important. It brings such a character to a song. And there's a really good example. You see some piano players on YouTube these days. They'll play like a really famous Beethoven or Mozart, and they'll play it in the same notes, exactly the same notes, but in a different tempo, in a different rhythm, and it will sound completely different to the original piece. It will sound something like the blues or the jazz. Do you know what I mean? Indie sort of house. And to give you an example with this melody. Just that slow starting compared to going off on one. You see, so yeah, the way I practice, I try and slow it down and get into that. But yeah, like I have tried getting some music that is so quick and it sounds pleasant, but I have not yet achieved any sort of songs that you can just play really, really quick and it sounds actually pretty good. I mean, yeah, I've got close there, but give an example. Like you can play normal chords with this finger style. And it does sound pleasant. chords as well. Like, you can bring it up, but you know. Yeah, and well, that's kind of all the examples that I can think of at the moment to share in the show. That the advantages of finger picking versus plucking the guitar, you can get incredibly fast speeds, and it does sound really pleasant when you can. I know you can do this on with a plectrum, but sometimes you can pick two strings at once, which is the major advantage of finger picking. You can't do this with a plectrum, like as you're playing, plucking two strings, or even three strings, or even four strings at the same time. Like. Stuff like that. So. Then go back into mixing it with just single picks. Yeah, I think that is going to do it for today's video.